What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Ghost Recon Phantoms weapon pack review. Today we are going to look at the Vigilante weapon pack, which is a pretty shitty pack overall. It's one of the worst packs they've released in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. As usual, we'll start with Assault, then we'll move to Recon, and then we'll go to Support. But let's talk about the worst weapon in the pack, by far. This thing, the L85 HBVG. Now, originally when I saw this weapon, I thought, wait a second, so this is for support or assault? I was confused, and then it was confirmed, oh, it's for assault. Okay, they're switching the weapons up, right? Whatever, assault got the Oni M14, but it looks like a piece of shit, and, you know, Ubisoft isn't going to give us a total piece of shit. You know, it's got mediocre damage to fire rate, it's got shitty accuracy, control is okay. So yeah, you're going to be able to mod this weapon, right? You put a bipod on it, change the barrel length. Obviously, no, of course not. No, instead, you just get a shitty weapon, a short barrel grip assault weapon. We already have two really good ones. I'll get into that in a bit. No, it's not horrible. It's just there are a lot better choices. And why? First off, the DPS is only about 640, which is 10 higher than the Asphalt Watchdog, so why use this? And if you want assault weapons with really high DPS, this is probably the best overall choice. It has about 668 DPS, if I remember right. And, you know, it's got burst fire mode, the ACR I'm talking about here, as you can see. For long range, if you don't want to go full auto, which is, of course, pretty difficult at really anything more than 40 meters. I mean, you can, but it's kind of hard, so why not just go burst mode? Boom. But this is a really great CQC weapon, great rate of fire to damage, second highest DPS of any assault weapon after the F2000 Bodark. It's just a better weapon in every regard than this piece of shit L85 HBVG. And you know what else? This thing is fucking ugly as hell. I mean, look at it. It's fucking ugly. You can't even put a proper camo on it. It still just looks ugly. No, instead of giving us something that, you know, maybe you could have bipod on it, change the barrel. No, can't do that. It's just an ugly piece of shit. But as usual, I bought it so you don't have to. I would not touch this if I were you with a 10-foot pole. Waste of time, waste of money. Just really bad. If you want a CQC weapon, you know, the Asphalt Watchdogs is still pretty good. But, you know, this is probably the best overall. And I still like using the F2000 Bodark because of that fire rate. And it's got 689 DPS, which is, yeah, the highest for any assault weapon. And, yeah, just love this weapon. Really, really good weapon. Not on big maps, mind you, obviously, but yeah, it still just shreds stuff really well. And the good news is, as far as I can tell, I think it's in the shop again. Right? Yep. Where was it? Bodark. There we go. F2000, available for another month, basically. It's on sale. So, you know, if you want to see a really good CQC weapon, the best in my personal opinion, that's the gun to take. But as far as this other one's concerned, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what Ubisoft's thinking. I just don't know. But, yeah, total piece of shit. Don't waste any money on this. Just don't. Shotgun, however, is one of the better, maybe one of the best shotguns they've released to date. In many respects, in many regards, quite similar to the M3A1 ACR. The difference is the ammunition capacity, the magazine size, and the lack of fully automatic fire rate. That can be a real downer. Lack of fire rate is not a problem, but the lack of automatic firing is a problem because sometimes you just want to, you know, press rather than pressing. It's also not quite as accurate as the M3A1 ACR. This does have some advantages. The two advantages it has, well, three. One is slightly better DPS because of slightly better damage. It's got 10% armor piercing, so that's always nice. And like pretty much every semi-automatic shotgun, you can interrupt the reload process and fire in between. So yeah. So if you like shotguns, this is a pretty good one. I don't really know if you have the M3A1 SPACR. Yeah, it doesn't have the 10% armor piercing, whatever, but it's very, very similar. I think this is more practical. It's kind of just overall easier to use because you can just hold the button down and fully automatic, and right, very similar. I think if you don't want to spend the money or you had to choose, just stick with the M3A1 ACR. But if you like collecting weapons or shotguns, this is actually a pretty good one. Used it on Tomsk and Attica and Gallery, and yeah, it's a good shotgun. But yeah, I'll just repeat myself with the L85HB VGM. It's just horrible. It's fucking horrible. There's nothing special about it. At least if they'd given it, like, I don't know, 58 damage or something, I'd think, oh, well, that's pretty good DPS or whatever. But no, it's just bad. Nothing good about this gun. Nothing. Absolument rien du tout, as the frogs like to say. It's just fucking piece of crap. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, assault. Oh, I forgot the pistol. Jesus. The new pistol, which is just, it's so not good that don't even know if it's worth mentioning. So, right. Well, I haven't really used it because it's just so bad. But there's nothing. I mean, the damage sucks. The fire rate's okay, good, but man, it's a pistol. This is still the best pistol in the game, I think. Because of obvious reasons. Just accuracy, burst mode fire. So yeah, don't bother with a pistol. Assault pack overall isn't that great. The shotgun, like I said, maybe. But so moving on to Recon. With Recon, things do improve. That said, if you already have the Blackguard sniper rifle, there's no reason to get this one unless you like silencers or you like the look of the M200 HSD. Yeah, I mean it looks nice. It's cool. I use it a bit, and I don't snipe much, as all of you know, but still, it's got good settle time with a short barrel. It does have slightly better armor penetration than the Blackguard, but the rate of fire, or rather the reload time, is kind of slow. So nothing to be seen here. Not really, at least, in my opinion. Just, it's okay. But if you have, like I said, if you have the Blackguard, or even really the Modmaster M24H with a grip and a short barrel, pretty much the same thing. Not as much armor penetration, but whatever. I mean, it's nice, especially if you like silencers or whatever. But P90, I know a lot of people had been waiting for the P90H version, but honestly, there's nothing special about this gun. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It's not like the assault rifle. The assault rifle is just fucking horrible. It's just bad. It's just, there's nothing good about that weapon. This is just okay. I mean, but this weapon, this new P90, just has so many disadvantages compared to the last couple of SMGs, submachine guns that have been released for Recon. Let me tell you why. One, you don't have the bonus to the critical chance, right? So when you're hip firing, when you're not scoping in, you only have 1% as opposed to 6%. You only have 25% as opposed to 30%. So that's the first disadvantage. It's not the most stable of weapons. It's not bad, but they're more stable weapons. The MP5, for example, especially at longer ranges, is a lot more stable than this. Accuracy is not too bad. I'll grant you that. The accuracy is pretty okay, but really, the MP5 is, as far as a fire rate to accuracy stability ratio is concerned, is a lot better. There's really just nothing special about this new P90, in my opinion, at least. You can use it. It's not bad, but it's just, you know, why would you? Why would you use this gun when, for example, my personal favorite still is absolutely the CBJ. Say what you want, even in CQC, because of the high damage per bullet, and I'm a fan of high damage per bullet. You know, you can just wreck stuff with this. You never run out of ammo. You can go behind cover. You can do long range. It's just, this is my favorite. I think it's the best SMG that they've released for Recons. And you know, and if you don't like that, like I said, you have the MP5H or the, you know, the FC version. But you know, this is, like I said, it's much more stable than the new P90. It's got a proper burst mode, so yeah, even at longer ranges. And yeah, even at 60 meters, you're still pretty much on target because of the stability and the control, which is definitely not the case with the new P90. And if you like to reminisce and you just like fast fire rate, you still have the Vector, which is quite nice. Sometimes use that. And just the other day, I was using the PP19, which is pretty good at short range close encounters. Yeah, so this weapon, the P90H, is just nothing special. If it had 100 higher fire rate, if it had a 900 fire rate, I'd say, yeah, it's something special. But, you know, it's just long barrel, silencer, blah, blah, blah. Just meh, nothing special. You can pretty much not buy the Recon pack for the simple reason that, as I said, the Recon already has tons of good choices for SMGs, much better choices than the new P90. And while the M200 HSD is nice and it looks cool, the rate of fire is less than the Blackguard, the BKG, so why would you use this? I'm hardly a sniping expert, but I did briefly talk to Kyler about this, and I think he pretty much said he's going to go with the BKG, and you know, everyone knows Kyler is the best sniper in the game, so nothing special about this. Still, the weapons are much more usable than the assault ones. I mean, especially this piece of crap. I mean, I really hate this gun. It's fucking ugly. It's useless. I don't know what the hell's wrong with Ubisoft. Talk about that at the end. And we come to support. Support, already talked about the shotgun, so we're going to talk about the assault rifle for support. Look, this gun isn't overpowered, but it's really good, especially if you do a map on something like Metro or something, or Robitech, which I did with this gun. 90 accuracy on an LMG. It just goes exactly where you're pointing it in a way that no other LMG does that. Even at full auto, it's at long. Let me look at that, 100 meters, and I'm just. So it's not overpowered, but it's just another weapon in the arsenal of support. I mean, support has so much choice now. I mean, now you can basically use a laser gun with 100 rounds, right? I don't know. This does lack DPS. It's got a much lower DPS than most of the guns. But like I said, you wouldn't be using this in CQC. This is almost certainly, it says for long range, and that's what it's for. You know, at 60 meters, it's perfect. Even, like I said, 100 meters, it's full auto, no problem. Bullets still go exactly where we're aiming, pretty much. And even if you're having problems, you can fire tap it. I didn't really try it 130 meters, but I suspect, yeah, see, same thing. It's just, you know, this thing is a laser gun for support. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the DPS, but it's a laser gun, so, yeah. Really good gun, actually. You know, overall, does it have the same range of application that some of these other guns have? Like, I mean, this is still the best gun in the game, in my opinion, the MG4. It's got the fire rate. It's got pretty good control. Accuracy is enough. It's good for CQC, and it's got a proper burst fire, which means that it might not have the accuracy of the assault rifle for support, but who cares? If you burst fire it, it becomes pretty accurate. Even at long ranges. So this gun is still the best gun in the game, the best gun for support. And support's got variety now. I mean, if I want to use an assault rifle, basically, I can use this. If I just want to just kill everything, I use this. I have the AK-200M, but I mean, the boat, I still like using this sometimes. This gun, yeah, shitty rate of fire, but fucking damage. I killed someone with a 160 crit body shot the other day with an LMG. And all you need to do is fire tap it, because the damage does it for you. You don't need to go full auto at long ranges, But the 104 headshots, 101 headshots, it doesn't even have the headshot multiplier that the AK has. But just because of the damage, 134 body crit, 140. It's just, I really like this gun. I know it's got limitations. The recoil sucks. You don't full auto this. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're at a range like that. But really, at anything more, just fire tap, and you're good to go with this gun. But the point I'm trying to illustrate here is just that support has a huge range of weapons. You have the gun like this, which just can body shot, one shot supports and recons with a crit. You have the MG4, which is the best all-rounder, can do everything. It's devastating in every range pretty much because of the burst fire. You have an assault rifle with 90 accuracy now, and for those of you who have the AK-200M, yeah, I mean, and this is still good, of course. The MG36 is really good, and no thank you. And you just have everything, right, for support. I mean, they keep on. It's true that the SAR-21 for support isn't OP, but it's got really nice stats. It's got this accuracy that you just can't duplicate with any other weapon for support. And so I just say it's a good weapon. It's fun to use. I like using it. But that said, it doesn't have the DPS or even the damage per bullet of some of the other weapons. So I think in most situations, even though it's just insanely accurate, as you can see, in most situations you would still probably want to gravitate to the MG4 or the Bodark or any of the other the MG36, But this thing is it's super accurate, and it's a nice weapon. And like I said, now support has everything. It has an assault rifle. It has CQC. Oh, I forgot to mention the Para Black. That's still really good, on a map like Tomsk. The Para Black is still just devastating. I mean, it's got the fire rate and the fire rate and the fire rate. What weapon does support not have? Oh, wait a second. Support doesn't have a sniper rifle. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Are they going to create a semi-automatic or an automatic sniper rifle with, I don't know, 90 damage per shot for support? I don't really get it. I mean, support just gets the best weapons all the time. Now they have an assault rifle with 90 accuracy. They have the best CQC weapons. It has best medium range weapons. Yeah, it's just support. I like support. I play it. It's the second after assault. I play it the second most of all the classes. But let's be honest here. It's getting ridiculous. Para Black, CQC, MG4, accuracy of the SAR-21. The massive damage of the Bodark 6P41. Even if the MG36H, I mean, it's got 150 rounds. You have everything with this class, everything. And MG36, and if you have the AK-200M, but what does Assault have? It's got old weapons. So let's be honest here. The most This is not a... I actually sometimes use the M27H with a short barrel. It's not bad, but as far as good all-around weapons are concerned, the last really good one they released probably was the Black Edition of the Mark 16. It's still a really good weapon, and I think that's the argument you tend to hear a lot, right? That Assault still has really good weapons. You have the Mark 16, and you have the ACR, the AK-12, which gives you that 60 rounds and blah blah blah, and the Asphalt is still good. The Asphalt Watchdogs and AN-94. So they say Assault doesn't need any good new weapons. That's why they keep on giving us grip weapons with short barrel. Well, at least the ACR grip weapon was good, and the Bodark was good. Not like the most recent piece of shit. I don't know. I'm really not really sure. Yeah, I'm just not sure what to do with this game anymore. I mean, I still play because of the community and there are people that it's fun to play with, but the game itself has just turned to shit. It's degenerated. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. But this Ubisoft, this is just a joke. This is just whatever. I mean, I don't know what you were thinking. I really don't know. If you want to release a good weapon, why don't you give us an F2000 SP with a bipod on it or something like that? Something that's really usable. Oh, no, you wouldn't do that, would you? Anyway, that's all I got to say for now, I think. This is L85. What a piece of shit. But let's just review. Assault Pack, yeah, the shotgun's pretty good, but yeah, this is horrible. Don't bother with the Assault Pack, not worth it. Recon Pack, not worth it. Support, not really worth it unless you really want an assault rifle for support, which, yeah, I guess you could do that. So, overall, none of the packs for the Vigilantes are worth it. Even the headgear kind of looks weird, to be honest. So, I'm going to have it someplace here. But anyway, it's just not really my cup of tea. But what are you going to do? Ubisoft is just doing weird stuff. But even in this case, the SAR-21 for support, I'm just thinking, yeah, okay. Now, so it's not overpowered, but now it has 90 accuracy. So whatever you want, you can get with support. You don't need to even play the other classes anymore. If you just want to spend the entire day camping at 100 meters, use this gun. If you want to go CQC in Tomsk, use the Power Black. If you want to do that on Tomsk and do other things on Tomsk, use the MG4. If you just want to take pop shots at people at Peshawar and one-shot them with body shots, use the Bodark 6P4. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. I like support, but why do you give fucking support all the good weapons? And we're stuck with old weapons for freaking Assault. Recon somewhere in between, but as long as you have the CBJ Oni, it doesn't really matter. With Assault, it's just, I don't know. But let's not make Assault overpowered, because Assault has 20 more HP than the other classes, and that's going to make a huge difference against guns like the MG4, because the MG4 really cares about 20 more HP. It really does. You should see it in game. Anyway, I'm going to end my rant now. I'm just kind of pissed off. This pack was disappointing. We waited for, 3 weeks for this pack to be released. And that's all they release anyway, is weapon packs. So you're not going to release a good weapon pack. All I got to say, lords and ladies and gentlemen, High Lord out. Take care.